Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, and I'm still in the book doing what I do for you. Oh, we down that rabbit hole of mythology. We about to get into psycho mythology. Boy, you come up with some crazy stuff. No, this is what I learned. I'm just passing on to you. Good information. Again, I call it useful information. Something that you can practice, something you can implement and use for yourself to benefit. That's what I teach. Esoteric messages that you can implement for yourself. Let's go. But it's all about understanding the mythology. Rightism, 25 Rule to Live By. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You well done through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep, I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to my yacht be true. Psychomythology. Let's rock. And after that, if we got time, I'm going to give you 4 keys to reading and understanding a myth. I'll break that down for you when we get there. Right now, let's get into the psychomythology. See if I can explain that to you a little bit better so you can have the understanding. Psychomythology, mystical teachings, holds that the essence of creation and therefore each individual human being is transcendental. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. If we become conscious of that fact, then we can transform and go back. Other than that, we're going to reincarnate and try it over till you get it right. It transcends what we call the ordinary bounds of what? Mental perception and understanding. Most of us think, and that's what the brain does. But if you ain't thinking right, I was taught how to think from my dad. I was taught how to think a little more by the Greek mythology that I studied and mastered. I didn't learn to think right until I went to Egypt and got the secrets and got the truth. Now I'm right thinking. That's using this for the right purpose and the right reason and benefiting while doing so. I'm having a good time. However, what's this? All human experiences, understand this is my pet peeve, occurs in and through what? This thing right here, the mind. This uniquely programmed thing in our heads that is given to us by God to use what? To master, to know thyself. Hold on. Sorry about that. All right, right thinkers. Remember, everything that you experience in the human form takes place in the mind. Therefore, the heart of all human experiences, be they painful or pleasurable, is all rooted in the mind. The Egyptians knew that. The purpose of the myth is to bridge the gap between the limited human mind ignorance and its conscious worldly level and that which transcends all physicality, mental, spiritually, as well as the mind and senses, aka the body. Thus, religious myths, again, religious myths, which will be our primary focus. Here we go. In this volume, must be understood in the light of their psychological and mystical transcendent body, mind, and soul, aka senses, the body, and implications. We will refer to this concept by a new term. Hello, psychomythology. So the term psycho, as it is used here, must be understood as far more than simply that which refers to the mind in the worldly sense. But the term psycho must be understood to mean everything that constitutes human consciousness in all its stages and states, the three stages of consciousness, but most importantly, the subconscious and the unconscious level of the mind. That's the level that you don't control much. The unconscious, you're not conscious. Subconscious is on its own accord. So only conscious you have is the waking consciousness, which is right now. Okay, so mythology here refers to the study and the study of the codes, messages, esoteric lessons, and ideas, derived directives, stories of culture and belief system, etc. That affect that the personality through the conscious, subconscious, and the unconscious aspects of the mind. They call Hermes Trismegistus thrice great because on every level of the mind, he's great, he's proficient, and he's fluid. That's what thrice great means. When you become conscious, you become thrice great. Why? Your unconscious, subconscious, and your conscious mind is under your control. And what's this? Specifically, those effects which result in psycho-spiritual transformation. When you stop doing the things that you know is wrong and start doing the things that's right, that's the psycho transformation in your mind. You made that conscious decision to start doing the right thing. All right, that is transpersonal. You took it personal and made the transformation, or they call it the transcendental change in one's personality of an individual. Everybody is about you, which leads to the discovery of what we call transcendental reality, which is beyond all existence. God state. A myth should never, ever be understood and taken literally, even though some of its origins may involve actual events, real situations, or actions. Otherwise, you will miss the transcendental message, the esoteric hidden message that's trying to be related through the metaphor of the myth. This would be like going to a theater to see a fictional movie or reading a fantasy novel and believing it to be what? Real. That's what y'all Bible thumpers doing when you read the Bible and think it's real. Same thing. Same thing mentally. However, as a movie or novel may be based on an unreal event and yet carry an important esoteric message, hidden message, which is imparted how? Through the medium of the actors. Everybody play their role to get their parts in to make the point. And there's a plot and so on. You got mystical myths are not to be understood as being completely baseless, nor having been put together purely for entertainment. There's a method to the madness, or this primitive, or just what they call primitive mumbo jumbo. As I was told, that Egyptian shit. Okay? Myths constitute a symbolic language that speaks to people in a psycho-symbolic way. When the bulb go on, I got it, Eureka, that's what you want to be able to walk around with the lights on. Some people lights on, ain't nobody home. Satisfying your own consciousness, your own conscious need for what? Entertainment, but also affecting the subconscious and even your unconscious mind, and it needs for what? Spiritual evolution. This psychological language of myth can lead a person to what? Totally understand and have their own experience, the what? Transcendental truth of existence for themselves, which cannot be easily expressed in words. Everybody who had their God experience will say something different. All the same experience, but it's something different to everybody. That's unique, okay? And that's what needs to be understood. The myth is the first stage of religion. I've been telling you that for the longest. That's just to get you started. That's elementary. The actual fact is when you graduate from what? College. With what? Self-mastery, or what they call mystical experience. Watch this. The myth of the first stage is religion, and the reenactment of the myth constitutes the second stage of religion, which is what? The ritual. You practice it. Every week y'all go to church and you practice the ritual. All right? Myths constitute the heart and the soul of your rituals. Because of the myth, you had a ritual. Myth is mystical language for what? Transmitting and teaching some principles of life and creation. Your rituals are the medium through which the myths are practiced and lived and realized. I've been telling you that for the last 10 years. The study, let me wrap it up and take it home right now. I got to go. I'll be back with the other part. But right now, let me wrap it up. The study of religious, mythical stories, and that's what they are, is important for y'all Bible thumpers to get understanding, to gain insight into what we call psychomythology, or psychological implications of myths for the spiritual transformation, aka enlightenment of the individual, which leads to the attainment of enlightenment. To know something or find something out that you didn't previously know, you've been enlightened. My job is to do just that daily. Enlightenment implies the attainment of an expanded state of consciousness, high level understanding. We term that as awet ab. That means dilation and expansion of the heart, in and out. In ancient Egypt, the mystical philosophy in which there is a full and perfect awareness of one's existence that goes beyond the mind and body. Thus, when you delve into the myth, now you must learn and be ready to expect what? More than just entertainment. Oh no. You should be equipped and ready with the knowledge which will allow you to now to be able to decipher what? The esoteric hidden meaning in the story, so that you now may also begin to experience and benefit from them on your personal level. In essence, you live the myth, and on a spiritual level, in essence, you attain spiritual enlightenment. Only then will a person will be able to engender what they call the real transformation from inside out of their life, which will lead them to what? True fulfillment and happiness, as well as supreme peace and contentment within oneself. We call Hotep. This is what the third level of religious practice and the mystical or the metaphysical level is supposed to get you there. Religion is supposed to get you to God. That's the intent. How's it working out for y'all? I told my pastor, dude, I got to God through other means. So I know there's more than one way to get to God. That's my understanding, and we didn't have a problem with that. So next up, we're going to talk about the keys to reading and understanding the myth. If you have religion without myth, myth not only will it fail to work, it also will fail to offer the followers the promise of what? Unity with the transpersonal and eternal. If you have nothing to offer in religious form to get into God, what's the purpose? It won't work. So you need the myth, need the stories. Just want to put that out there. And I'm going to stop right there because I got to go. But right thinkers, in closing, I'll be right back. I'm about to take you through the keys of the myth and how to understand them. It ought to be fun. Right now, quick lesson. Let me get out of here. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me, 100 miles a day. So I know that my right thinkers who now got a better understanding of psychomythology and passed away. I'll be back with more of how to read the myths. I'm out.